Hello guys, I am Pawan and in this video we are going to learn about the human eye for the subject of biology for engineers. Now, before going into our main topic, let's get some basic knowledge about it. That the refractive index of our lenses meaning both the lenses are different for each wavelength. Wavelength in the sense colors, as we see cool colors such as blue which appear very closer to us, whereas we see warm colors such as red very far away from us. Now, this is very familiar as in a traffic jam when you try to see the red light. You see, oh my god, it's such a long traffic, it's such far away, right? That's not the case. And before going to the topic, let's have a small workout, shall we? Now, in this image, can you spot some spots? I can see them. Can you? You can comment in the section below. And this one, if you look closely, for me, it's the pattern is a wavy pattern. And the next one, here, if you look the disc closely, you will feel that they are rotating a little, right? So the question for you is, which is rotating faster, whether it's the A or the B? You can comment in the section below. Now, beginning to our topic, this is the basic structure of our eyes with parts labeled below. Like we have our lenses, iris, pupils, cornea, optic nerves, retina, etc. Now, starting with the structure and function, we have the first part, iris. It is the colored part of the eye and it controls the light entering into the eyes, meaning its basic function is to limit the amount of light entering into our eyes. Now, iris is somewhat the part near to our lens, as you can see in the image here. Second is the pupil. Now, pupil is a black hole in the iris. It is a part where the light enters into the eyes. Next is sclera. I'm really sorry for anyone who gets offended for my pronunciations. I'm just very bad with that. Now, sclera, it is the white part of the eye which supports the eyeball and provides attachment for muscles as well. Now, the majority white part of our eyes is called the sclera. Next is our lenses. The lenses in our eyes are the converging lenses, which allows us to see objects of near and far. Next is cornea. The cornea is a cup-like structure which is a transparent bulge over the pupil, which focuses the light into the retina, meaning it contracts and relaxes the eyes, which again then focuses the light entering into the eye. Next is retina, which is the internal membrane and contains the light receptors, which are our rods and cones. These also converts the light into electrical signals. Now, the eye's blind spot. Now, on retina, where the optic nerves leak back into the brain, there are no rod or no cones. Here, the other eye compensates for this area. Now, how it compensates? We'll make it a small test for that. Now, here, close your left eye and try to stare at the letters while watching the dot. Now, if I try it myself, it feels like the dot is disappearing and reappearing for a short while. Now, that's the blind spot for us. Next is the structure and function. The optic nerves transfer electrical impulses of our retina to the brain, which then again creates the blind spot, and the brain takes the inverted image and then flips it so we can see. So it's very similar to our mirror. In the mirror, like if you try to raise your left hand, it will be the right in the mirror. Here the brain flips that image to make it a proper image for us. Next is the function of rods and cones. Believe it or not, we have over around 120 million cells of rods which detects brightness for us, which includes both the black and white, and it is also the one responsible for night vision. Next is the cones, which we have around almost 6 million cells which detects colors of RGB, and also have the Gallian cells which detects the movements and patterns. Now a funny story here is I saw somewhere on the YouTube saying asking a question, why pirates wear a patched eye. Now it can be a funny answer that if they need to suddenly jump from a lighter environment to a very darker environment, they can just switch between the eyes, meaning since the eyes are closed, the rods are always active on that eye, and when they get into the darker environment, they can just switch with the eye which have the active rods. Next is the normal eye focus. Now this is how the normal eye focus looks, where the light enters the lens, then it converges and it makes a proper focus at the end of the eye. Now that is the blind spot for us, marked with the blue. Now let's discuss about some focusing problems. First is hyperopia, which is also called as farsightedness. Here the problem occurs for seeing closer objects because the distance between the lens and the retina is very small. Here the light is focused behind the retina. Here in the image we can see that the light should be I would say making the focus on the end part of the eye, whereas it is not, it is going beyond that. It can be corrected with converging lenses. Now here is how it looks. Now the light comes here, now the light is entering, and where it should make a contact over the end of the eye, it is not making it, and it is going beyond that. So we are using a converging lens as in the second picture to make it a proper vision. Next is some focusing problems such as presbyopia. It is a form of farsightedness where it is harder for people to read as they age. You might have seen some older people where they wear glasses for reading newspapers or reading some posters. It is because the lens of their eyes lose their elasticity, and which can be corrected by converging lenses. Next is myopia, which is also called nearsightedness. Here the person has a problem seeing objects of far away because the distance between his lens and the retina is very large. Here the light is focused in front of the retina. Here you can see it in the image. The focusing is happening before the main merging point. It can be corrected using a diverging lens. Now this is how it looks. The first part shows us the light entering and converging some point before the main focusing point, and the second part we are using a diverging lens to make it a proper focus at the proper point. Next we'll talk about some diseases of the eye. First is astigmatism. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Here the eye cannot focus on the images on the object's image as a single point on retina. Meaning, now in the previous two conditions, it was either focusing very earlier or very later. But here the focus itself is not possible because the cornea of the person is oval instead of spherical. It causes blurred visions, as you can see in the image below. This can be corrected with some type of lenses. Next is glaucoma, which is a group of disease affecting the optic nerve pressure. Now here it looks because of the improper pressure, the eyeball has got some problems. It is due to the loss of ganglion cells, which gradually, in this, the person might gradually have a loss of sight and eventually blindness. Now it kind of, that is how it looks. For this, you need to check your eyes regularly with a physician, and there is no need to fear. It can be treated very easily. Next is cataracts. Now the cataracts is forming of clouding in the lens due to some denaturing of the lens protein. Meaning, due to some lack of protein, we have some cloud formations near the lenses of the eyes. Now here is how it looks. This is the most severe case I'm saying. It obstructs the passage of the light, making the light unable to enter the eye. It can also be caused by aging or some chronic exposure to UV rays or due to a trauma as well. It can be easily removed by surgery. Next is vision correctness. Now, for vision correctness, we have two options. First is the contact lenses, where we place artificial lenses into the eyes placed near the cornea. It is very same as glasses, instead that it is a lot very closer to the lens than the glasses. It corrects for both near and far sightedness and is also used for cosmetic purposes such as eye coloring in Hollywood. Now this is how it looks. Next is LASIK. It is also called as laser assisted in situ keratomyelitis. It is a refractive surgery using lasers. It corrects the near and far sightedness along with astigmatism. This is how it is done. And that's it for today, guys. I hope you liked my video. You can comment your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.